Hello everyone, so today we are on to our next colour in our colour series, and as you've seen in the title and as you can probably see by my nails, and this almost looks black but it is actually purple. We're doing purple. We're going to do purple, we're going to have glitter, we're going to do a smoky winged out kind of shape on the eye. I'm going to have a purple lip on as well, I'm going to have purple cheeks, so hopefully it all turns out okay. I don't know. I know that there is loads of different types of purple. There's like pinky purples, like what I consider like purple, so kind of like that kind of purple there. We've got more lilac-y kind of purples and more violet-y purples. So I'm kind of leaning more in the true purple, slightly violet side of purple as well. I probably will do a lilac video, like a more pastel purple, because I do think it's a beautiful colour and it works really well in makeup, so I might do a whole look just for lilac as well. But today we're just going to be doing more standard purple. So on my face already, I have my Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the dewy one in the shade 110. I have also got on my Benefit Ka-Brow in the shade number 2 on my brows. And then I've got on my MAC 24 Hour Extend Eye Base just as my eyeshadow primer. We'll be using glitter primer as well, and we'll be using lots of different shadows, lots of different brands, so let's get it playing with this makeup. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to start with the MMMMitchell palette from Beauty Bay, because it's one of my favourites, and it's got two of the most beautiful purples in here. Also, my nails are just polished. I just did an ombre gradient kind of look with them with a lilac and a purple. So that's how I did those. Just with a makeup sponge and just sponge it on. But I'm going to start with the shade Miles High, which is the more lilac-y purple, and then we'll be using Morgan to deepen that up and give it a bit more vibrancy to it. So let's start. I'm going to start with a 6SS from Inglot, and we're going to take some of that shade Miles High, and we're just going to pop that on the outer corner. This is just our like purple transition shade. Blend it up as high as you want, as far in as you want, just going into my crease. But then I'm also taking that same shade and really going out here. Really far out. Next I'm taking a 221 brush from MAC. This is just stained pink, and I don't know if it's ever going to not be stained pink, but it's stained pink for now. I'm also not doing my lower lash line just yet. I want to wait until I've got my concealer on, and I have to do that way after I do the glitter, so just so I can tidy up if I need to. We're going to go into the shade Morgan, which is more of that true, bright, super vibrant purple. If someone says the colour of purple to you, this is the colour you would think of. So we're going to go into the outer corner again and then bring it into the crease. The main focus of this look is going to be the glitter, the lip, the shape, you know what I mean? So those are the kind of the focal parts to it. These bits are just going to give you more depth, and I'm also flicking that colour out, not as far because I'm going to use the other brush to blend it, but we're just going to go out in that general shape as well. Then taking my 6SS just with whatever's left on it from the Miles High shade, and just go in and just start softening out all the edges. And you can go back and add more of the Morgan shade, the brighter purple. But we're just blending and going back and forward. And then what we can do when we put our concealer on is we can tidy up that shape and give us a kind of cleaner kind of shape, but still smoky, because I don't want it to be like a super sharp line, but still smoky. Okay, so moving on from my MMMMitchell palette, I will come back to that to do my lower lash line. I want to deepen this up a little bit more. So I actually have my little Witch Please Inglot palette here. This is just, it's an empty palette, but you just fill it with whatever you want. I only needed two Inglot colours for this, so I was like, screw it, we'll put them in here. So I've got my two little purples here. This shade is 375 and this one is 308, because they don't have names, they have numbers, but that's fine. So those are the two colours that I'm going to use to kind of deepen this up a little bit, give it a bit more of a smoky sort of effect. So I'm going to start with the 375, which is that one here, the brighter of the two, or the more vibrant of the two, but it's still it's way deeper than, not way deeper, but it's deeper than this other purple we have on. It'll just give us the depth without dulling it, and then the other one I'll just add in as I need to. So this is just going on the outer corner, and then in the deepest, kind of where your crease dips the most. And if your eye is not, like I do have a good bit of eye space and a good bit of lid space, and my eye's quite rounded, so I do, and it's more of a prominent lid as well, so it comes out more. I'll explain in a video about eye shapes. If you don't have as much lid space, or you don't, and bringing it in here doesn't suit you, just do it on the outside and wing it out that way. And then just a smidge more, I just want a little bit more depth. We're going to go into 308. I'm using, for both of those colours actually, I'm using a defined crease brush for Makeup Geek, so that's the brush that I've been using for the other colour as well. And this is just gonna go, this is like almost black but not quite, it's definitely like a very dark aubergine kind of colour. It's gonna go mostly to the outer corner and kind of flick a little bit in. Ooh, got a bit there too, didn't mean to do that. Okay, and we're gonna pop that away for a few minutes until we start the lower lash line. Next I want to go in to a shimmer, so I'm going to use my Huda Gemstone Obsessions because the most beautiful purple is in this palette. It's this shimmery purple here in the middle, and we're going to take that just on a flat brush because I want this down on my lid as a background for my glitter, because the glitter I'm using is loose. Sometimes when you put glitters on just bare skin, you might see the skin through it, so you don't get the impact that you want. So I'm going to put down a shimmery purple, and I'm also going to use, it's not like going to be wasted, you're not going to not see this beautiful purple, because I'm going to use that on my lower lash line as well. But I'm just taking a flat brush. This is just an old, it's a Charles Fox. No, it's not a Charles Fox. It's just a flat brush. I don't know where it's from. You can use your finger if you want to. I'm just taking that onto the lid, and I'm not using any glitter primer for this because I'm going to be using glitter primer for the glitter. And I don't want to overload my eye too much. So this is just going like the whole way across the lid, and when you kind of get to these areas you can kind of blend them in with the other brushes, but again you're not really going to see too much of this shimmer for the lid. But even that on its own is so pretty. It is so shiny, it's so beautiful. Okay, so now the fun part and also the scary part, because I don't know how much fallout I'm going to get, and I already have some fallout, so we'll have to see how much I'm going to need to clean up after this. I've no under eye concealer on, and that's why I don't mind getting some fallout right now, so that doesn't really bother me. So I've put that away for a second because we're going to come back to that for the lower lash line as well. Now I'm going to go into my glitter, so I'm going to take my NYX glitter primer to stick this down, and the glitter I'm going to use is the MAC glitter in the shade Fuchsia, but it's not fuchsia, it's actually purple. And it's quite a nice purple to go with these kind of looks, so we're going to use that. And I'm going to just take some glitter primer from NYX on my hand, and I'm taking this little brush here. This is a Charles Fox brush. That's all it says on it. It doesn't have a number, doesn't have anything. It's just a flat, stiff synthetic brush. I think it's synthetic anyway. And I'm just going to pick up some of that glitter primer onto the brush, and this is just going to go all over where we applied that shimmer. Just thinly, you don't want it to get too chunky because the glitter will stick wherever the primer is, so you don't want it to be too chunky in some areas and then not enough in other areas. And then I've wiped off the brush a little bit, but it is still a bit tacky from the glitter primer. But we're just going to pick up the glitter with that same brush, tap it off just so try to eliminate as much fallout as you possibly can. We want to make our life somewhat easy, and it's so beautiful. And we're just going to press that over the glitter primer. It's so beautiful. What I'm going to do is just take my little brush that I use for my darker purples and just kind of, I mean, glitter's not going to blend because it's like particles, so it's not really going to blend. But you know, just give it a little once over around the edges just to make it a little bit more nicer. Okay, so that's the upper lid pretty much done. I do have a brow highlight, inner corner highlight to do and all that, but I'll do that after concealer. So speaking of concealer, I'm gonna go do concealer, tidy up this mess that's underneath my eye because there is still a lot of follow. And I'll come back, we'll do lower lash line, inner corner highlight, brow highlight, and finish off the eyes. Okay, so we're moving back into our Inglot shades, and I'm gonna take, this is a number 7 smoky eye brush. It's just a very small little pointed pencil brush. And what I'm gonna do for this, I'm actually gonna mix the 2 Inglot shades that we used. Just a little dab of each one, just to get a real nice deep purple. And then I'm gonna use that on the outer half of the lower lash line a little bit. Just making sure you connect out here, and you can make it as normal, as thick as you would like. I like mine quite thick, and I will be blending it out with more colours too. Then just to help blend that out and make it look more like the crease, I'm going to go back into my MMMMitchell palette, and we're going to go in with the shade Morgan, which is the brighter purple. And this is a Real Techniques base shadow brush. It's one of the kind of flatter fluffy brushes. And I'm just going to take a little bit on the tip of that brush, and we're just going to run that just over what we just applied on the lower lash line, just to get it to blend and look and resemble the top a little bit more. And making sure you connect that as well, so it blend all the way around is the same. And then just to give it one more little blend, I'm going to go back in with my 6SS brush, the big fluffy brush we used, and we're going to go in with Miles High, which is the lighter one. Just a dab or two. I just want to make sure it's super soft around all the edges and that the colours resemble each other. So just taking that just along the edges. You might find this brush a little bit big, you can always go for a smaller brush. But I want it nice and blown out, so I don't really mind. Okay, so now that our crease is done and our lower lash line matches, I'm going to go on back into my Gemstone palette from Huda Beauty. We're going to just take a small little brush. I am going to use the brush we actually used to apply the purple, the shimmery purple, the flat brush, but I'm just using the very tip of the brush, just taking a little bit of that, and that's going to go in that little gap we left in here. So just with the very tip of the brush, just run that along, and this is where you'll see the beauty that is this colour in this look. Because I know we use it as a base under the glitter, but now we'll see it. And I'll still have to tidy up a little bit more under the eyes because the glitter gets stuck in your lashes, and when you blink more falls down. So it won't really be until my lashes and all are on that I won't be getting fallout. So I don't mind that, that's fine. It's the joys of loose glitter. That's why not a lot of people use it that much. Okay, so that's it for the main purples. Now we're going to go into some like duochromy, like highlighty kind of bits. So I just have a little Z palette here, and mostly this is Coloured Rain. This one here is what I'm going to use as my brow highlight, but this one here in the corner is actually a Makeup Geek foiled shadow, I think it is, called Daydreamer. And that's going to be my inner corner highlight. So we're going to do both of those. So for my inner corner highlight, we're going to go into the shade Daydreamer, which is a Makeup Geek foiled shadow. I'm pretty sure it's foiled. Let me just check. Yes, it is foiled. It's called Daydreamer, and it's a very soft, like silvery purple. I'm taking that just on a very, very small little brush. Any little brush, a lip brush would do and everything. And I'm just going to take that on the inner corner because I really, really want to use this shade in this look, but I couldn't fit it anywhere. So I was like, let's do the inner corner. Instead of like a white or a silver or anything else like that, I wanted something that is purple. And I am going to be putting more glitter on. So it just gives a nice little icy purpley kind of pop to the eye. Then what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit more glitter glue, just a small little bit more, tiniest little bit. And I want to take this glitter. This is the Body Sparkles from Inglot, and this is the shade XL7. It's like white, but it reflects purple, and they're a little bit thicker, so they're not like as fine. They're about as thick as kind of what's here, maybe a tiny bit chunkier. But you don't really see it. It is kind of clear until, like, I don't even know if you're going to be able to see that in the lid there. Until the kind of light hits it, it goes a bit more purple. So we're going to take that same small little brush, pick up a little bit of that glitter primer from NYX again, and just pop a little bit over. And you don't have to be too precise with this one because, I mean, it's a smaller area, so you don't notice too much about the glitter, and the glitter is quite clear, so it's like a little flash of violet on the inner corner. It's beautiful. Oh, so much glitter, I love it. I never use this much glitter. I might have an a glitter here and there, but I never use 2 glitters, and especially not thicker loose glitters like these. But they're fun, so why not? So that's pretty much it, and all I have to do now is a brow highlight for my eyes, and I'm going to take the shade Chameleon from Coloured Rain. So that's what we use on the inner corner here, and Colour Rain's Chameleon is this one here, and it's like an almost whitish lilac kind of colour with a violet sort of reflect to it, and we're gonna use that under the brow. Now it will make your brow purple, as in your brow bone purple, so if you're not prepared to actually have a full-on colour up there, don't do this. But it's just when I turn and catch the light, it gets a bit more purple, so it's really nice. And then just because we're not extra enough, I'm going to do 2 liners on my waterline. I'm not going to do any liner on the upper line because of a reason, not just because I'm lazy, also because I'm lazy. But the main reason is when you do a thicker, chunkier glitter like this, liner is never going to sit completely smooth and it'll annoy me and I'll get really frustrated and I won't want to do it. So I don't want to do it, so I'm not doing it. So I'm just going to do nice lashes and whatever on the eye, so I might taper the eye out a little bit more. So for my waterline, I'm going to use the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Tornado, and also Colourpop Cream Gel Liner in the shade Piggy Bank. This is more like just like a bright purple, where this is more of a deep aubergine shade. So we're just going to do both because I couldn't decide which one I wanted to use. So the darker one from Urban Decay Tornado is gone on the outer half. Make sure you get in between all your lashes on the outer half. And then taking Piggy Bank from Colourpop, and this is going on the inner half. And you don't need to blend like liners together, they will just look blended because they're on the eye. It's cool, it's fun, it's extra. It actually almost kind of helps wing the eye out because the darker is on the outside and it kind of pulls the eye that way. So what I'm going to do now is pop on some liner and, or not some liner, some mascara and some lashes, and I'll come back in a sec and we'll do the skin, but I don't know what lashes I want to use yet, so it might take a few minutes and I'm going to be putting them on off camera anyway, so yeah. Okay guys, so mascara and lashes are on. The lashes I went for are the Violet Voss, what are you called? Sexy and I Know It lashes. So they do kind of go and kind of taper slightly on the outer corner, as in they pull the eye out a little bit more, but they're really nice and dense, so they give a really nice kind of smoky effect as well. It's like a big purple winged out smoky eye, which is what we were going for. So yay! Let's move on to cheeks. So I don't think I want to do any contour. I'm not feeling it today. I don't know why. I don't think I've been feeling it in a lot of my videos, but I'm not feeling it today. So we're just going to do blush and kind of a purpley tone blush. I've already powdered my face. I use my Kiko Milano Ocean Feel Loose Powder Transparent. Just loose powder. And I just set over my face, but not the tops of my cheeks because I'm going to use a bit of a cream or a liquid highlighter. But before we do that, I want to do some blusher. So the blusher that I'm going to use is from my Fetish palette from Kat Von D or KVD Beauty. KVD Vegan Beauty, isn't that what it's called? I don't know. And I'm going to take the shade Coven, which is a matte lilac kind of blush. And it should look really nice, I hope. Let's see, we'll find out. I'm just taking a little bit of that. And just very lightly blending it onto the cheeks, because purple can go out of hand if you're not careful with it on the cheeks. And you'll notice as well, I'm kind of going in a straight line with it to kind of mimic the eye, so it keeps that shape going. It's pretty. It kind of blends out with a little bit of a pink in it, which is quite nice. I do find though I have to build it up quite a bit, as in to get it really nice and even on the skin. Like evenly pigmented, because pigment can kind of go a bit wishy-washy in some parts, but it is nice once it's on. Now there is this purple highlighter here which I will use, but I'm not going to use it just yet. Before that I want to use this guy, which is the Wet n Wild Hello Halo Mega Glow Liquid Highlighter. This is the shade Halographic, which is like a white but it has like a purpley kind of duochrome, like kind of like the inner corner sort of thing. And it's a liquid, and I'm going to just pop a tiniest little dab, 2 little dots on the cheeks. And then just use my finger just to tap that into the cheek. It'll just help amp up the purple on the cheeks. And you could just do that and off you go, but I mean, come on, now we're going to add something more sparkly. So then I'm taking a MAC 133 brush, which is just like a little flat little brush like this, and we're going to take Telepathy, which has that more purple look to it, and we're just going to pop that on top. Ooh, ooh, ho ho ho! It's actually very nice. I wasn't sure how it was going to look, but that's actually beautiful. You can do a little bit of my nose, just because. I usually put blush there anyway, so. Okay, and then finally onto lips, I'm going to do a purple lip, and it's going to be a strong purple lip. It's not going to be kind of purple, it's going to be purple. So I'm going to take this Twist Up lip pencil in the shade Deep Cherry from Sleek. I need to get a purple that kind of colour for a lip pencil. I know MAC do one, which I'll probably end up going for because it's easier for me to get. But something like that vibrant purple, because I've got berries and I've got like magenta colours, but I want that purple. And this is more of a berry, but I'm going over there anyway. So we're going to just line the lips. And I'm going to fill them in slightly, but I'm not really going to fill it in too much. So then I'm going to go in with this lipstick. I don't know if they do this anymore, but this has been in stock in my local Kat Von D or KVD Vegan Beauty counter for like forever. And I got these for Christmas, but they were there forever. So I don't know. This is don't know what the set was called, but it was a set with like purple, pink and grey as well. These like mini lipsticks. This is the shade Roxy, so it's like the truest kind of purple that I have that's not a berry. And we're going to pop that on all over. And go cover up the lip liner as well, because we want it to be more this colour rather than the liner. I just didn't have another liner. Okay, so we have that on now, and oh, speck of glitter right there. We have that on right now, and I'm going to go over with this guy. This is the NYX Metallic Lip Gloss in the shade Ooey Gooey, and I really like that name. It's a real fun name. And just a metallic purple shimmery gloss. It has a good bit of colour, like it's pigmented. It's not a like wishy-washy kind of colour. It is pigmented, so that's why I want to use it over top, and I just dribbled a bit. It is definitely ooey gooey. Oh, that's so pretty. Also, does anyone have like a phase where they go in and out of not being able to do something on their face? I'm having two at the minute. Okay, one is lips. I can't line my lips properly, and my lips are hard to line anyway because I've got a funny shape, and people look at my lips and they're like, oh, your lips are so nice, I'd love to be able to line your lips. And I'm like, so the fucking they are hard to line, and anyone who does them then are like, actually they are quite difficult to line. But I've been really struggling, and they're my lips, so I should know what I'm doing, but like it was difficult. The other thing I'm struggling with is like this little corner right here under my eye gets so like weird, and like the concealer creases, but then it doesn't want to stick in any area that I want to put it, and then I have to keep going in and blending it, and then I start doing the inner corner highlight and start blending other colours, it starts kind of weird looking, so I have to keep like working a lot longer with it. You don't see this because I turn off the camera because no one wants to see me do that and try to fix that. But yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it's liner, can't do liner sometimes. I had a phase of that for a while, can't do my eyebrows for a while. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. Alrighty guys, so this is our finished purple look, and I am in love with this look. It's so cool. I really love it. I'm getting messier by the minute. It's the problem with loose glitters. It's why people complain about them so much, but they're fun sometimes, and I ain't going anywhere. I'm going from here in my room downstairs to watch TV and edit, and that's all I'm doing for the rest of the evening. So yeah, that's my life pretty much. I've so much film that's all I'm going to be doing. So yeah, I love how this turned out. I think it's so cool. I'm loving the cheek. I didn't think I'd like the cheek as much, but I love it. And I'm loving the glitter and the shape and the lip and everything. I think it's so pretty. And if you also think it's pretty, give me a big thumbs up down below. You can let me know in the comments if you would wear this look. And also, now that I've done six, have I? Yeah, 6 colours. Which one is your favourite? Is this your new favourite now? Has this been changed? You can let me know in the comments down below. And also, again, if you have a colour specifically you want me to do, leave it down below and I will add it to my list and hopefully get around to doing it. And you can also hit subscribe down below to see more of these colour videos. I have a whole playlist of all of these videos for this colour series, and also other weird tutorials where I do other mad things, and my how-to series, and 3 looks 1 palettes, and palette bingos, and anything else. Halloween is coming up. Yes, Halloween is coming up, and I'm excited. I am excited for what I'm going to do because I don't fully know yet, but yeah. So hopefully we get something done for that, and that will be fun. Halloween's always fun. So yeah, I'll see you next video guys. Bye!